My name is Shannon Daniels, public speaking and communication coach, and I'll be your education guide today. In today's lesson, we'll be learning the basics of proper speech structure. Maybe speech writing comes easy to you, or maybe you've tried and feel defeated, not quite getting how other people put their words together so easily. Or maybe you're the kind of person who gets so frustrated with speech writing that it just makes you want to pull your hair out. Regardless of whether you feel speech writing is easy or difficult, there are some basic principles to structuring a speech that everyone should know. And knowing these basic principles can be the difference between delivering a speech to celebrate or wanting to run off stage as quickly as possible and hide. So, without further ado, let's get down to business. A speech is comprised of three parts: the introduction, body, and conclusion. We're going to start at the beginning with the introduction. The introduction is where you set the tone for your entire speech, create interest, and let your audience know what you're going to be talking about. In setting the tone and creating interest, it's important to grab your audience's attention right away and let them know what's in it for them. This will get your audience members engaged and excited about your speech. There are 4 common attention-grabbing techniques for opening your speech. You can ask a question to get your audience thinking. You can make a startling statement that grabs their attention. You could share a relevant and engaging quote with them. Or you can tell a personal story that connects with your topic and audience. Regardless of what type of opening you use, it's important to make sure that it's relevant to your overall core message and that it links to your main point. Once you've grabbed your audience's attention with strong, relevant opening, you need to tell them what you're going to tell them and why it matters to them. This is an important part of your introduction. You're letting your audience know what you're going to be talking about in your upcoming presentation and what they can expect to take from the speech. For example, if you're going to give your audience 5 tips to be more organized, you may say something like, "Over the next 20 minutes, I'm going to share with you 5 ways you can be more organized so that you can reduce stress and accomplish more." Now that you've got your audience engaged and prepared for what you're going to talk about, you can transition to the body of your speech. This is where you share your core message and main points to support that message. You should develop 3 to 5 main points that enable you to convey your core message. Yes, only 3 to 5. Sharing too many key points is a common mistake made when delivering speeches. Your audience only has so much capacity, and while it may be tempting to share as much information as possible, you must be careful not to dilute your message or overwhelm your audience members. Leaving your audience with fewer main points and takeaways will make your message more memorable and impactful. To further increase impact and keep your audience engaged throughout the body of your speech, you should organize your main points in a logical manner so that your audience members can easily follow along and make sense of the information you're sharing. Now that you've conveyed your main points to your audience, it's time to wrap your core message up in a neat little package with a bow on top. Or, in other words, tell them what you told them. You do this by reiterating your main points and why this information is important to your audience. Then, before wrapping up, make sure to provide your audience with a call to action, the action you want your audience to take based on what they learned from your speech. If there's time and the presentation format allows for it, you can then extend an open question and answer period to your audience. When you're done with your speech, make sure to graciously thank your audience and wait for applause, because trust me, there will be plenty. How did that applause feel? Pretty amazing, right? By employing the basic principles you learned in today's lesson, you'll be one step closer to that standing ovation. Before I leave you, let's quickly review what you learned today. A speech has 3 parts: the introduction, the body, and the conclusion. In the introduction, you want to grab your audience's attention, tell them what your speech is going to be about, and let them know why your topic is important to them, or, in other words, what they'll get out of listening to you. You then transition to the body of the speech, where you share 3 to 5 main points to convey your core message. This is the meat and potatoes of your speech, where you provide all of the pertinent facts and information in an organized and logical manner that makes your message clear to your audience. Finally, you transition to your conclusion, where you reiterate your main points, why the information is important to your audience, and then let them know what action you want them to take. Remember these guidelines for structuring a speech when you sit down to write your next oratory masterpiece. I hope that you found this brief training both informative and useful. Check out the other training videos and tip sheets available on my website as well. And when you're ready to take your public speaking and communication skills to the next level, I'm here to help. Contact me today for a complimentary consultation to learn how you can unlock your public speaking potential.